Hello everyone, so this is how I do my tuning for the Lancia Delta S4 for whales, both wet and dry. Starting with alignment, I put front toe here because I want the wheels to point towards each other a bit, because that makes the car a bit more stable and it keeps the car going straight, especially when landing. It also slows down the speed of rotation when making tight turns, which could make the car a bit more controllable. But you must never put too much of this because it will make the car understeer. Then I put camber here because camber causes the wheel to always be leaning like this, so that when the car turns, it leans towards the opposite direction as it shifts its weight onto the wheel, while the wheel also gets more straight or perpendicular to the ground, meaning more grip while turning. But I don't want too much cornering grip for whales because I don't want the car to quickly respond to my steering inputs, or I don't want the car to be twitchy when I land from those jumps. So I want it to go more straight when it lands and give me just a slight chance for me to correct my steering. On to braking now. So I like pushing my brake bias to the rear because I hate using the handbrake. So I use brakes as handbrake because I feel like it's smoother, but the effect is more noticeable when you use this setting here at the differential. So Lsd Breaking Lock just controls how much the car rotates during the turn under braking, and I obviously open it up to make it rotate more because I hate using the handbrake, remember? So you can do whatever suits your driving style here. Then I put driving lock to the max because I want all the wheels to be receiving some power all the time, because I feel like that makes the car go more forward more of the time, and I think it makes the car less twitchy also. Then I put Lsd preload to the max as well. So the center differential basically controls how much your car rotates in tight corners, because a loose differential means it can make the rear wheels spin much faster than the front wheels, but I don't like that for whales, so I make it strong so that the rear and front wheels are always moving forwards. I also move the torque bias all the way to the front, and I think that's faster because I do not want the rear wheels to spin faster than the front wheels at all costs, because that causes the car to drift sideways slightly all the time, which you can fix easily by correcting through the steering wheel. But remember, those little sideways movements were being caused by torque that could have been propelling the car more forward. So please note that with such a hard setup like this, your weight transfer game has to be on point because the car doesn't easily turn anymore. And that's also why I left the Lsd Breaking Lock open here, so that I can force the car to turn using brakes when necessary. On to gearing now. So I like a lot of torque and short gears because I don't like a situation where I'm in the middle of the turn and there's huge gaps between the gears and I can't seem to find the proper gear for the turn. So first I put the shortest final drive for the most torque, and this makes sense to me for almost all the maps except Sweden, maybe Monte Carlo, and I'll explain why when we get to there. For the rest of the gears, it's up to you depending on your current speed, meaning adjust gears as you get faster. On to damping now. So I put very soft slow bump and fast bump so that the car absorbs all those jumps and bumps, but very firm slow rebound so that the springs release the energy they absorb from those jumps and bumps as slowly as possible so that they don't throw the car back into the air. And then I soften it even further here, and because of all these soft settings, the ride height has to be as high as possible. Lastly, very soft anti-roll bar so that the car is not twitchy, but if you make it too soft, the car will become sluggish. And remember, all these settings depend on the track, the car, and the driver. See you on the next one.